shoot. Hello. All right, I'm just gonna share my video here. Get to my thing. You know, so many things going on. Okay, let's see if I can see myself here. There we go. I'm in the right place. It's not showing yet. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time. See how this is going. It's so weird. There we go. Okay, stay with me because this is an extremely important topic. And if you pop on, make sure to say hello so I know who's watching. Oh, I'm on video.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. All right. Let's see here. Okay, great. All right, let me know who's here. Who's watching? This is such an important topic, you guys, and I've been reading more. I have a monthly coaching group with Healthy Happy You, which is really fantastic. You guys should really get in it. It's only $47 a month. But right now we are doing a hormone reset from the book, this will be backwards, Hormone Reset Diet. And it helps to reset your different, so there's 7 metabolic hormones that we're working with in this, and at 3-day intervals, and we're working at resetting things, and that can help you to lose weight, kind of like reset things. And so the first reset was meatless, and so we're talking about resetting your estrogen. So now estrogen dominance. A lot of people don't even understand this, never heard of it, don't know what it's all about, don't know how it can affect you, have no clue, right? Because I didn't, right? I didn't know. I mean, I found out years ago about estrogen dominance, years and years ago when I was going through perimenopause, because I thought I just had to relate to, well, the hormones that women as they age, whatever, that's all. No, estrogen can come from, and a big part of it comes from our dairy, from our meat, conventional meat. Now, I myself don't eat meat. I certainly don't eat conventional meat from a grocery store. I eat fish, wild fish, and grain and eggs from a farm around here. But conventional meats, so the problem is that what they give to the livestock, you know, the hormones and the, I'll read more about it in a second, what they pump into them, what they inject in the meat, the actual animals, and also the grain, the GMO, the genetically modified grains that they give these animals. That is where all this bad stuff comes from, right? And so it's what they put in the meat, it's what the animals eat also. So it's what they inject into the animals and also what the animals eat. So that is where the problem comes from. So if you're somebody who consumes wild meat or gets it from a farmer in your area who you know, and you know everything, they don't use growth hormones, then that is okay. So I'm not saying all meat is bad, right? But what I'm saying is you really need to be cautious. And what I'm seeing so much now is even young girls, as you guys see, with the huge breasts, and then also they get really big around the waist. That never used to happen when I was young, right? So estrogen dominance, it can cause breasts to really grow, also gives you a lot of weight in the midsection, and that's why women in their mid-40s, when they're to produce more estrogen, like because when it starts to decline, what happens is their body puts fat in the midsection because that can produce estrogen, right? So our body's just trying to balance. So of course, too much estrogen causes fat around the waist, big breasts. As women, so the thing is that you're thinking, well, then if I'm in my 40s, late 40s, 50s, my estrogen should be decreasing. Yes, but if you consume certain things that I'm going to talk about, you are actually still getting way too much of a bad kind of estrogen. There's more than one kinds of estrogen. And we are also talking about things called xenoestrogens, which mimic estrogen in the body, but they're actually chemicals and toxins, and they come from plastics and from a whole bunch of other stuff that's in our environment now, in our packaging of foods, cans and all that, right? Especially the cans, any of the bottles, the plastics that people consume so much of now. There's so many plastic Ziploc bags. People are don't use your microwave ever. But I mean, the worst thing you can do is heat up anything in plastic in a microwave. Those plastics, those toxins, it's highly toxins leaching into your food, then you eat that. That is a huge cause of the big weight gain, right? So if you think, I'm eating good, I don't know what's going on, I'm exercising like crazy, I have all this extra weight and I keep growing. And I have to say that there are a lot of women, as we age, what happens is also you're building up these toxins, building up, because we are older. So we've had time to accumulate more toxins. So we're just a toxic garbage dump, basically walking around. So you need to store those toxins in your fat. You have to have fat to store the toxins. So your body's not going to release the fat as long as you're continually taking in these toxins. You could be breathing them from the air, which is bad enough in our society, right? But then all the plastics and all the conventional meats and how bad they are, they're full of the hormones, full of antibiotics, full of dewormers, and all of these things that get into their meat. And then we eat the meat and then we get all that junk in our body. Not me, but you know. And another thing is, lost my train of thought, the GMO grains that they feed these animals, right? And also if you happen to be eating GMO food, right? So I'm going to read a little bit from the book. Okay. I'm just going to read some of it. There's something freaky that happens when you're female and you eat grain-fed, hormone-injected, super bug-infected meat. Because what happens, you got to think about it, is if they're continually giving these animals antibiotics, like anybody else, they become immune to certain antibiotics, so then they have to feed them stronger antibiotics. The bugs and the things, bacteria that's in the animals become resistant to antibiotics, so then they become super bugs. You are eating that freaking stuff if you're eating the meat of the animals that has all that stuff in it. So think about that, right? It slows down your digestion. It may make you bloated or constipated or both. It raises your body's estrogen levels and it messes with your microbiome. So your gut. That's why we have so many people with gut problems now. Okay? The biggest problem is what's hidden in the fat of most meats. Because again, the animal stores toxins in fat, just like we store toxins in fat. Okay, so I got parts of it ticked off to read. The connection between meat and estrogen is profound. When you eat conventionally raised meat, estrogen overload is likely. Hormones in the meat, the type of bacteria cultivated in the gut of people who eat a lot of meat. So it just screws up our gut, right? Estrogen dominant conditions are such as diabetes, metabolic syndrome. If you have metabolic syndrome, you won't lose weight, right? Certain forms of breast, ovarian, and endometrial cancer. Breast cancer, huge occurrence now, right? Estrogen dominance can cause breast cancer. Hi, Kate. We're talking about the same thing we talked about in our group. I'm letting them, because I think it's so important, right, about the estrogen dominance. Standard practice for cattle is to treat them with antibiotics and dewormers, thereby breeding bacterial and parasite resistance and leading to the rise of superbugs, which can trigger hard to treat infections and food-borne illnesses. The frickin' animals. I've been vegan for 7 months now and I'm only just starting to lose weight. Right, Dawn, for sure. You know, our bodies, right? We've put up with a lot. It takes some time. And once your body realizes, oh, I don't need the garbage dumps for these toxins, then it can begin to release them. The toxins then release the fat, right? 55% of beef, 69% of pork, and 81% of turkey contain superbugs. I think the chickens would too. I can't see that. I mean, chickens, you see that some of the chicken's breasts they sell at the store, conventional, they're huge. Those poor chickens are in cages. They never get to walk, grow, and they just keep injecting them with growth hormones and stuff. So seriously, if you're seriously thinking, you know, you're eating these things that are injected with growth hormones, you don't think that's going to affect your hormones? Make you grow. You want to keep getting bigger because that's what's happening, right? Steroid hormones. So they're talking about the 6 steroid hormones are pumped into feedlot cattle in order to fatten them up, right? So that, of course, they get more money for them. And then we talk about the pollutants in the air and in things that we consume, right? Like in packaging. Synthetic chemicals that may act as xenoestrogens, that's what I was talking about. So you're also taking in these fake estrogens, which mimic estrogen in your body, so they still cause the weight gain and all the cancers and all that in the body, and raise your levels of estrogens, of course, even more, resulting in estrogen dominance, cause leaky gut and inflammation within the body. So you're looking at, people always talk about, what do I need to do to decrease this inflammation? They take frickin' like ibuprofen and stuff. Oh my God. That does not, for one, that just leads to more inflammation basically. But it's what you eat, you guys. It's what you eat. Okay? Grain-fed meat is lower in vitamins A, B, C, and E. Conjugated no, that's just that. And higher in omega-6. So this is interesting. Where is it? So the grain-fed meat is way higher in omega-6, which we want more omega-3s, not omega-6s, right? But wild meat, right? Wild meat that has nothing injected is way, way lower in omega-6s. So it is healthier to eat like the wild meat than it is definitely the conventional. Genetically modified grains, right? They're used to feed these feedlot animals. Consuming animals may also cause the leaky gut and hormone disruption in our body, right? And whenever we eat genetically modified foods too. When you eat fat from conventional animal meat, these toxins enter your gut and are sent to the liver. Your liver doesn't know what to do with them. They're sent to fat stores. And that's any chemicals. That is any... So read all the labels. Like I said, salad dressings are some of the worst things. Any type of bottled sauces, any packaged food. Do not buy anything that's K-N-O-R-R, nor that stuff frickin' Scots. Nothing but chemicals. So look at your soup bases. Look at any of the seasonings you're adding. Steak spice, like any season, some season blends are actually have things like, if you see star spices like that, it's often like MSG, fake spices, fake flavorings, because they're cheap to produce, because they're not real, right? So it is really worth it to get organic spices, and you can buy them in little bags at like the health food stores for so much cheaper than buying them in the glass jars, right? Or sometimes you can buy organic spices bulk in different places. Okay. Your fat tissues eventually start to release. So you bring up so much toxins in your fat. So people have all this fat and they're very, very highly toxic. What can happen is the toxins start to release into your bloodstream, which is tied to obesity, insulin resistance, and breast cancer. As your tissues releases toxins, your body gets the message to store even more fat. So what happens is when you start to release some of the toxins into your bloodstream, your body thinks, oh my God, more toxins, we need more fat, we need more fat. We don't have enough fat to store those toxins because they're leaking out. See what I mean? Then you just pour more fat on. So this is, I mean, it's not just about fat too, it's about health. I mean, right? But I know that usually women come to me and they're like, well, I'm gaining weight and I don't know why and I don't like it. And there's not one simple answer. And it's also, it took you a long time for your body to accumulate all this. And it takes a while to get rid of all that stuff, as well as for your body to actually know, oh, she hasn't eaten these things for a while. I don't need the garbage dumps anymore. So I can start to release it. And that's the fat. What else did I want to say? So just try eliminating meat, conventional meats, for like a week, and alcohol at the same time, because they're brutal together. Beginning in your early 40s, you become resistant to estrogen because your receptors go into semi-retirement and your estrogen levels climb higher to try to get the attention of your receptors. Your memory falters, you feel irritable, and fat attaches like crazy glue to your waist. That's kind of the midlife thing, right? So then again, if you're dealing with taking in these fake hormones and stuff, it's just going to make it so much worse, you guys, so much worse. And that's why it is for many women. I think that's all I'm going to say about them. Yeah, women who eat conventional meat, red meat and stuff have higher rates of blood sugar problems. And that, of course, causes the weight gain, causes the diabetes, right? And I have heard a couple times, but of course they're going to be so cautious about what they say, right? That Alzheimer's, they're kind of seeing links to insulin resistance, right? And so then again, makes total sense that we are seeing a higher case of Alzheimer's now because of our foods, because of the estrogen dominance, which can cause the insulin resistance too, which can cause all these other things, right? And the way people are eating with all the fake foods, which are simple sugars, right? Convert to simple sugars in your body, therefore, again, causing more insulin resistance and insulin problems. And so then now, you know, just more and more people and younger. So it's like, really, you need to wake up and pay attention. And it's really about starting to educate yourself. And it can be scary. It can seem like, what can I eat? There's nothing I can eat, right? Or I can't afford all 100% organic stuff. It doesn't have to be like that. You know, I mean, it's just about learning and educating yourself. You know, that's what I do with women. That's what I help women with. So if you are saying, I need some help, I need some support, I want a step-by-step process, I want a, you know, community, reach out to me. That's what I'm here for. Or somebody else you trust, or find something. Find somebody to help you. It's never too late. Never, ever, ever. It's always time to start with your health. It's always time to start to feel better. All right. And if you think you want a bit of support, I do have a 21-day program that's going to be starting. We're already undergoing pre-work. You can jump in now, and you can we actually start on January 22nd. So that's Monday. 21, so it's dianamarchand.com/21-day-program for anybody. Now that is just, you know, it's a 3-week, it's quite fast. You're going to get a lot of information. I also do one-on-one, but whatever, I just please encourage you to get some help, because it's not just about the weight loss, it is about your health. But when you find that you're in a situation where you're noticing more and more fats going on, then note that that is dangerous, because it could be toxins, and it probably is, right? So I am not saying, oh, a heavier person can't be healthy. That is not true. But if you are noticing that it's just getting out of control, right, then there's probably something going on with the food. And the most important thing is your health, right? Because a toxic body, I'm sorry, but that just leads to illness and disease, and not a good future. Not a good future. All right. Thank you for watching live. Thank you for watching the replay, for those of you who are going to watch the replay. And feel free to reach out for me if you would like some help and support. Also, I have a free community, Women Creating Healthy Lives, on Facebook, so you can come and join us there. All right. Enjoy your evening. Thanks for watching, Dawn. Bye-bye.